Welcome back to my podcast, Fashion Canes. This is season 13, episode, is it 5 or 6?
Maybe 5 or 6. I don't know.
Can you look it up on your phone, Abby?
My phone's on charge in the room. It's one of those, 5 or 6.
Okay. So last week, to make a long story short, I was eating some food from Chick-fil-A and I got some sauce on my dress. So anyway, we got it in the washing machine. Mama put it in the washing machine. It got washed and dried, and most of the stain came out. I mean, you can still see a little bit of a stain. Anyway, it's mostly out. But anyway, I'm not making this podcast episode talk about stains. Okay. Abby, what's today?
14.
Thank you. Okay, today is Tuesday, July 14th. Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. July is Disability Pride Month. Happy Disability Pride Month. We have a lot to unpack in this podcast episode, so let's get started. Okay. We have a lot to celebrate as disabled / differently abled people. Because some of our best advocates have been disabled / differently abled. Take Helen Keller, for instance. That's probably the most notable one that I can think of. Abby, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people who are in my generation, the Gen Z generation, a lot of them are saying that Helen Keller never existed. Yeah, that is wild. They are also saying that if Helen Keller did exist, then there was no way that she could have possibly learned language good enough to write all them books that she wrote and give all them speeches that she gave. Basically, they're saying that if she did exist, someone was basically just telling her what to say, and she was basically just being a puppet. Yes. That's disgusting to me. That is ridiculous. That shows a lack of knowledge. Well, I have news for my generation. She did learn, she did write books, and she did give speeches. And she was not being Annie Sullivan's puppet. Go read up on her in the library or on the computer. Abby, have you heard about this situation? That there is literally a Helen Keller conspiracy in the Gen Z generation that says that she didn't exist, or if she did exist, then there was no way she could have learned as much as she learned and did all them accomplishments that she accomplished. That is goofy. That is absolutely ridiculous. How about let's stop making fun of Helen Keller and let's stop saying that she wasn't real, or if she was real, she was just Annie Sullivan's puppet. And how about let's give her the credit she deserves? She really did do all them things. Oh, and by the way, school teachers didn't make her up just to make students work harder. Abby, part of the Helen Keller conspiracy is that my generation, the Gen Z generation, says that school teachers somewhere made up Helen Keller, a little girl who couldn't see anything or hear anything, just to make students work harder.
Really?
Yes. That is so wild. It is ridiculous. No, they did not make her up. She absolutely was a real person. I had to react to the Helen Keller conspiracy because that's just wildly ridiculous to me. We need to celebrate her accomplishments during Disability Pride Month. And we also need to acknowledge the contributions that other disabled/differently abled people have made in this community.
Yeah.
Abby, do you know about Judy Human? Have you heard of Judy? Judy Human.
No.
She was a lady who was in a wheelchair. She used a wheelchair. And her mom pushed her to school in her wheelchair. And her mom had to fight just to get her to go to school because they were going to tell them no. I know, that's ridiculous. Okay, and then after she graduated, after she got done with school, Judy applied for a teaching job in her local town of New York, and they said no because she was a person who used a wheelchair.
Really?
Yes, really. Basically they said, there's no way you can take care of the kids because you're in a wheelchair. That is ridiculous. People who use wheelchairs can take care of children. She had to run away to California just to pursue her teaching job, just so that it would be allowed.
Really?
Yeah. She made a very big contribution to the disabled/differently abled community. If you have ever heard of the term inspiration porn, Judy Human coined it. She made it. She coined it. Abby, do you know what that is?
The what?
Do you know what inspiration porn is?
Inspiration?
Yeah, inspiration porn.
What? No.
It's when it's really taking advantage of disabled/differently abled people by pitying them for having a situation like sight loss or hearing loss or being in a wheelchair or walking with crutches. But it's also when you praise them for doing ordinary things, like going to the gym or going grocery shopping. It's called that for a reason, because it takes advantage of them.
Yeah. I guess you scared me off when you said the name.
Yeah, but have you heard of it?
No.
It happens a lot to many disabled/differently abled people. That's why we need to stop saying, oh, you are so inspirational for doing your grocery shopping even though you use a wheelchair. Or we need to stop saying, you are so inspirational for going to the gym just because you live with vision loss. We also need to stop saying, I'm so sorry he has to walk with crutches. We need to stop saying, I'm sorry that little girl uses a wheelchair. That's pitiful.
Yeah.
We need to quit using terms like that. Disability/different abilities are not pitiful situations. And they are also not something that you should say that is just so incredible for someone to do, just normal everyday things. Because that takes advantage of them. So let's remember to get rid of terms like pity and handicap. These people are not handicapped. They have different abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Their situation is not pitiful. Their situation is different.
Yeah.
They live a different life than what you live.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there anything you want to add to this?
I think you covered it.
That's why we have Disability Pride Month, to honor the contributions of disability advocates like Judy Heumann and Helen Keller and countless others.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this podcast episode.